The combine is used during harvest to cut the crop, separate all the parts of the crop, and then collect it in a grain tank. It connects to the crop cycle because spraying, seeding, and fertilizing all go toward good crop health. After harvest is finished, the crop is either stored or sold, and then the crop is prepared for the next season. The combine's main purpose is to harvest the crop quickly and efficiently. This is the interior. The operator sits in here and operates the combine with all these joysticks, which this one is how you dump it. This is how you put the auger out right here. These are the crop modes for the header. This is how you drop or swing the header. Auto drive. These are to start the auger and to start the actual cutter. And all these buttons are just for like climate and stuff. And the screen is where you can see how the crop is doing. And back here, if the hopper was open right now, you would be able to see the crop. The combine, although is great, affects the costs and stuff, since you have to maintain it and make sure everything's working good. Let's say this broke right here, you would have to take this whole thing out. Super hard to do. You'd probably have to call a mechanic. They have to change the belts, they have to change the oil, they have to fill the tank up, which costs over $500 per tank, probably more. When you open this, you get to see all the belt systems and stuff, which they might have to change if it breaks. This is the inside right here. You can see all the belt systems and everything that makes the combine run how it's supposed to. When you go up the stairs here, this is the fuel tank, and there's the DEF. And this is the engine bay. The hopper is right up there. Auger is right here, which takes the grain out of the hopper into a different cart. And those semis over there, that's when the grain cart is full. And you can pour it in there to take back to the farmyard. The cost of the combines vary, but the one that we have here, the X9 1000, is about $1.3 million. And the headers, which are over there, are like close to 100,000. Depends on the size, but yeah, combines are pretty expensive. So the crop goes in from the front. It goes down here. The crop gets sorted out. All the good crop goes in an auger up to the tippy top in the hopper. And then all the rest of the chaff and leftovers come out of either here, which would be for swath, or here, which just sprays it on the ground and helps the soil. And then when the combine is full, it gets augered out, because this auger right here swings out, and then press a button, grain comes out of the auger into the grain cart, which then augers out of that into the semis and then goes to the bins, and then you can go ahead from there and sell it. And we always take some of the crop and use it for seeding, and then we can treat the grain and everything. The combines also have a high chance of catching on fire if it's a super non-humid day, it's dry, and some of the chaff can hit one of the hot rotators or one of the belts and stuff, and it can start on fire, and then the whole combine can eventually burn down if it gets bad. So that's why you gotta maintain the combine, make sure everything's running okay, make sure every once in a while you go check it. Another thing that can happen is when you're pumping out grain, if there's a lot of residue and moist stuff in there, it can get clogged up on the inside. So you'll have to reverse the auger, and then you'll have to put it back and forward, and then the grain should come out. But that's a problem that could take time off of your day, and farmers just really don't like it. It's not a good thing that happens. The combine also has different things for different crops. So this combine is a bit broken from last year, but if you open this up, you'll see a bunch of plates like these right here. And for canola, you actually have to put all those plates on because of how small the seeds are from canola, so then it doesn't all fall into where the chaff goes and fall at the combine. But for like wheat and those bigger plants and crops, you take the panels out, so then it flows through more cleanly and goes up into the auger and just does everything all the other crops do. But you got to keep that in mind. If you forget that, it could be a big problem for the harvest season. Here we got the headers. We got the air bar on it, which is for canola and all those light crops, because sometimes the rotary thing right here doesn't always pick up all the grain, doesn't always move it into here. So the air bar blows high pressure air to push the crop into this spinning bar, and then it goes up into this thing and connects to the combine, goes through the combine, gets all sorted out like I've said. And this is a great header, pretty long. You can get a lot of crop done. It's also one of the flex ones, so if you see a little dip in the thing, or like a rut, or like a little sinkhole looking thing, little ravine, you can lift to one side so then the header doesn't hit the ground and dig in and wreck one of the blades. So those blades there, we've had to replace a couple of them last harvest. They can break off, and then it's a big problem because it won't cut the crop and you'll miss some if you don't care for it. And then we go to the middle here. We got that plastic rubber thing that when you cut all the crop, this rotates really fast, and then it pushes all the crop into there, which rotates fast and gets it into the combine. We had to replace one of those. It took like 3 hours. We were only running 2 combines then, and it just took a lot of time off. Ended up finishing the field, but it just took way longer than it could have. So this crop here is a lentil field, and for lentils you always have to roll the field so then the header doesn't hit the ground. You can see the difference right here from his headland. My dad is currently on this field with the roller. But yeah, if you don't roll the field, there's a possibility that the header hits some rocks and stuff and would just wreck the header. So you gotta take that and roll the field. As you can see, he's down there rolling the field, which will help the lentil crop grow and will make sure no rocks hit the header and wreck something in the combine.